Coming to you dead from the upside down.
Half alive.
Coming to you live.
This is episode 4. Glad
Big
to have
old
us-
episode 4.
Glad to have us back with you, not you back with us. Yeah, how's that make you feel?
Hello, listener.
Right?
Hi, Chevy's mom.
Thanks for joining us. Hi, Chevy's mom.
Right.
Hey, Mom.
Love you.
Religious listeners.
We are going to start off by having Steve tell us about this whiskey that he brought. Yeah.
So I went to Tennessee. I think I touched on it a little bit last podcast, but they have this whiskey out of Kentucky called Buffalo Trace, and it's pretty smooth,
We're
pretty
gonna-
good. And we're gonna
try
cheers
that.
the shot to Chris in this episode. So I'll be right back.
Although Steve,
Smoothish.
it sounds like it's not great. It is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I didn't build it up much, but
It is a lot smoother than
it's good
100
stuff.
proof.
Out of Kentucky. Yeah, no doubt. A little smoother than 100 proof vodka.
Just a little.
Yeah.
It is actually very smooth, but there's still a slight whiskey burn. Not in your throat, but in the lower warmth.
I expect that though.
In
I
your
want
groin
that.
region, really.
Yeah.
Groin area.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Oh,
that's
I
always
spilled
there
mine.
when we're around
Oh,
each
that's
other.
a good point.
I don't think
As I look
That's
deep
just
into
normal.
Cameron's eyes.
I don't think your chub is from the whiskey.
Oh, wait.
Whiskey chub, is that a thing?
I mean, I've heard of whiskey
Beer belly,
dick, which is
whiskey
totally
dick.
different.
Maybe like on the first shot, whiskey chub, and then half a fifth deep, it's all downhill.
Oh,
from there.
whiskey dick is when you can't get it up.
Right.
So
Not when it gets
whiskey
bigger.
chub would be like, yeah, about like halfway through, you're like, hey, I'm ready to roll, and then you keep drinking, and then, hey, I'm
Yeah, and then the rest of your
Nothing.
stomach filters.
yeah.
It's like, oh, wait.
Okay, so let's get started with our topics here.
Current events.
I'm gonna start with something we talked about last time together, but I don't think we really hit on the show too much. A shooter, well, not a shooter, a terrorist at LCC. So
Does feel better to label it what it is, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's being charged with terrorism. This
Pretty much,
this
yeah.
guy, the full story is he tried to get away with basically shooting up LCC,
pretty much.
and the cops got a tip from someone. Was it a friend?
It was more than one friend had gotten text messages from him saying, wear white shirt and red pants so I know if you do go to school, but he was telling them not to go to school. And then when they came to his house, because I guess more than a few people got this text, the police went to his house and found an AR-15 with several filled mags. So,
This hits close to home, man. Like you hear about these mass shootings, you're like, it sucks, it's terrible, but it's not. You don't really feel it, and then all of a sudden
Mhm.
you hear about this right at LCC. I mean, we're like 2 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
right.
It's like that's scary shit, man.
It's
Scary
true.
shit.
Um,
He's being charged with terrorism.
Yeah, the kid's from, well, he's not a kid. He's going to college, but he's from DeWitt, I believe.
Graduated, yeah.
Which is, right.
Graduated from DeWitt?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
From what I understood, he was also in the
The
military.
Navy.
Navy. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Shooting experience.
Oh, man.
Scary stuff, dude. I'm,
Right.
I'm glad he got caught, obviously, but fuck, man.
Well, I mean, one of the friends that interviewed said, I could never see him hurting anyone, but...
It's a classic story, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, I never
Right.
saw it coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we all see different sides of people. The whole thing about the masks, and, everyone you hang out with, you have a different mask for that person. And just psychologically, it's,
Mm.
we all have who we want to be, and we have who we know we're seen as, and,
Right.
it's all an influence.
You
game.
never know exactly what's going on in someone's head.
Mm.
I think
But-
the moral of the story is to wear red pants every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Who the
Yes.
fuck has red pants? Is my question.
I don't think I do, but I'm gonna buy some.
I know.
I don't think I may have had pants that had a red stripe on them, maybe a flame or something
Yeah.
back when Jinko was
I'll
popular.
flame out Jinko
If-
jeans.
If nobody came forward to this, how fucked up would it be if they actually wore red pants and white shirt, though?
I don't know
You
why
know?
I was saved. I have no idea.
Right.
I had my red pants on.
Supposed to be your red pants, bitch. That's fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's scary stuff, dude.
No wonder you weren't murdered.
He's colorblind. Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm glad. Obviously, that didn't turn out. 'cause
Absolutely,
Jesus.
Yeah, my
Oh,
wife
shit.
goes to school there, and she got the text and everything. Said, "Hey, everybody's got to go. Everybody's got to leave right
shut
now."
down campus,
Everybody
right?
get
They
their
just-
red pants
yeah.
on
Everybody
right
get the red
now.
pants on right now.
Emergency broadcast.
Exactly.
Yeah, they sent out a mass text that said credible threat at LCC.
Yeah.
And it was
insane.
definitely credible.
That's crazy.
No doubt about that. Yeah, crazy shit.
Well, Matt's wife was saying that that they weren't really telling him what's going on. So
Yeah,
she was
who?
like kind of confused.
The text messages are really ambiguous. Like they're very vague. It just said, "Please it just said, all 3 campuses are being evacuated immediately." And then there's another text message like 4 or 5 hours later saying that the situation is handled and the suspect is in custody, and that people may return to classes as of like the next day or something like that. Still no information as to what was going on.
Well, I feel like if you divulge too many details, all people are going to freak the fuck out and start like
Right.
rushing the parking lot.
Honestly.
Right,
all of
and
a
if
sudden
they see
people show
somebody suspicious, they're gonna take matters into their own
So why
hands.
didn't they do a
Yeah.
lockdown instead of an evacuation? Because you're putting all these people out in the public. It seems like they just shut the doors and
Right.
yeah, that was
Well,
weird.
I think they actually got the guy before, but they didn't know if he had any assailants, so they were like, it's best that we just get everybody out.
All the
of there.
students were like, "Fuck
Right.
yeah, no class, sweet."
Yeah, really. My wife was actually pissed. She's like, "Oh, I don't have to go to class today. That sucks." I was like looking forward to it. I'm like, "You're weird."
She had to go home to you.
I know, right? Exactly. That's why. It's the only reason why.
It's my 2 hours of solace, and it's ruined by this shooter. Fuck.
No, but if there was any other assailants or associates, companions type deal,
Right.
that obviously they want to be like, oh well, Billy got caught. Let's
Right.
make
exactly.
sure Billy doesn't have any friends.
It reminds me of the was it a stabbing at Flint Airport? Did you guys hear about that?
Mhm.
I'm not going to go into details because I don't really remember them, but a few months ago there was a
I
stabbing
believe
at
it.
Flint. Yeah, like
Flint.
somebody stabbed the fucking cop at the Flint Airport, and then I went and
Jesus.
flew out of Flint like a month later to go to Vermont. I was like, oh shit.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, it's always
That's
closer
insane.
than you think, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
But anyway,
All right. So heading over to world news. Goodbye, Russia. You're not going to be in the Winter Olympics anymore.
That is insane.
Right.
So the Olympics actually, they didn't want to punish the athletes directly.
right.
Then they're still going to allow there's going to be a lot more like checks and stuff that a
That's
Russian,
racist, Cameron.
because they were
whatever. There's a lot more checks that a Russian athlete's going to have to go through, as well as they're not going to be able to carry the Russian flag. They're not going to be able to be introduced as being the Russian team.
Yeah,
they're going to have to say an athlete from Russia.
their country's not going to be represented in the Russian
they
Olympics.
get
Exactly,
they
yeah.
get no medals. Towards Russia.
no
Which,
medals.
I mean, I get it, but also that's like our main competition.
Mhm.
Like, you want like an evil villain to compete against.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
To
come
kill
on.
Apollo Creed,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Damn it, man! Come on, let him cheat and let him in.
They're supposed to wear neutral uniforms. So what does that mean? Just like
It's like an Olympic provided uniform.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's probably gonna be gray and ugly.
straight out of jail. Fucking.
Yeah, it'd be a jumpsuit.
So sad. You going to prison after this.
But I guess they were cheating so much that the Olympic Committee said, "You're out."
Not anymore.
Damn.
But with we in the 2014 Sochi Olympics, they had like twice the medals we did. So I don't know. I feel like it was like it's something to chase, and now we're just going to dominate, and it's going to be boring.
Right.
What did you guys ever watch the Olympics?
A little bit.
Yeah, because the gymnastics, we had. Like, well, I didn't mean that creepily, but now I
Well,
do.
it came out creepily.
No, we had like the best crew in a long time for the gymnastics, and
That's legit.
Jordan Weaver was from DeWitt, so it was a big deal.
Mm.
Yeah, and she came back and did a parade after they won a bunch of golds. It was pretty cool.
Okay, moving on. What else do we got here? Oh, this is huge news. Walmart is changing its name to Walmart.
What?
Yep.
With no dash?
No.
What's the
dash.
catch?
Why does their logo look like a puckered butthole, by the way? Anybody ever notice that? Bring up the Walmart logo. Tell me it doesn't look like a puckered asshole.
Yeah, we're going to Google the Walmart.
I'm
Well,
telling you right
since-
now.
Since 2008, it's been Walmart. That just one word. But online, oh my god.
You will never be able to unsee that
yeah,
now, by the way.
Yellow star.
Yep, it's on the front of every Walmart.
puckered
and it's
butthole.
just
But now they've fully gotten rid of the dash because of online sales. Pretty much, they don't want the dash anymore at all. So the dash is completely gone. I mean, it's been gone since 2008. About,
This one then?
It's just going to be
Yeah,
Walmart.
just gonna be
Walmart, puckered butthole.
I would
That's
Get
right.
puckered up, Walmart shoppers.
puckered Asian butthole.
Bend over and grab your ankles.
I wouldn't even have noticed.
Always
if-
low prices.
if they- I wouldn't even notice they got rid of the dash and didn't tell us. But now that I know, fuck Walmart.
Right.
I'm a little upset now. There's not
bet-
going to be a star in between. Or
I barely shop there anyway, to be honest with you.
I love.
I know it's
Walmart.
cheaper, like I get that, but I don't know. There's not one that's as close as Meyer and
It's great people watching too, though. I fucking
Oh,
love
true,
people watching at
100%,
Walmart.
yeah.
Especially
There's-
early. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
There's a whole
It's Twilight Zone.
there's a whole subreddit dedicated to people of Walmart, and it is
Oh, man,
amazing.
Walmart.
It is amazing.
In other internet news, YouTube is now not available on Amazon products, such as Amazon Fire, Amazon Smart TVs, and stuff like that.
What?
Why?
Seriously?
Because
They're competing.
yeah, because Google, has YouTube and stuff, and they're like, well, they haven't really done anything for us with certain things that they're putting out, so they're taking that off of Amazon.
And Amazon has their own streaming
Yeah, I mean,
platform.
Amazon stopped doing certain stuff that was with Google, so they're like, oh, well, we'll take that away. And then, like, Amazon's like, well, it's a free it's an open source free thing, so, like,
Jailbreak.
Mm-hmm.
And two,
Exactly.
it's like also web browser. Like
exactly.
you can't
It's
Amazon.
It's
That's
dumb.
just a dumb move.
I agree, and even Amazon's like, oh, we're doing our best to try to see blah blah blah.
Yeah, because they're struggling.
yeah, I know, and I'm sure Google's just shaking in their boots about it. So
Right.
I just bought the Echo Dot the other day too.
The smallest one.
Yeah, the little tiny one,
Mm-hmm.
and it's great to turn the lights on and off. That's about it.
How does that sync to your lights?
You have to buy another piece to actually go into
Like a hub?
the wall. Yeah.
Okay.
you just
So
buy a
it's
guy to turn
You
on
buy a
and
guy
off
to
your
turn it
lights.
on, yeah. His name's Pedro.
Probably cheaper.
It's connected to the back of his neck.
It'd be cheaper to hire somebody just to stand
That's
there and
right.
turn your lights on.
His name's Chevy.
Hey man, you want the lights turned off? I felt the thing.
No.
No, I just like you to know that I have the power.
Did I speak to you? Or did I walk past you? Yeah, before you got here, Matt, we were talking about
You.
Siri. Yeah,
I'm talking about me behind my back. Gotcha. Okay.
extensively, yeah. Siri, how she's always listening. I asked her, I said, hey, Siri, are you listening to me? She goes, I'm always listening. I was like, fuck. Turn that shit off.
Yeah, it's weird with that Echo Dot thing. When I got it, I was like, all right, this is going to be cool. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to ask this thing questions, and it's going to, like, on the actual app itself, it says, every question that you ask the Echo Dot. I'm not going to say the name of it because if I say it and I'm playing it at home, it's going to help you. Whatever. So-
Alexa.
oh, you son of a...
I had to.
Alexa, turn the lights off.
Alexa, play porn. Don't worry, we have one listener, and I don't think she has.
I don't think she has Alexa.
I honestly have no idea. But
could be wrong.
Chevy's
Could be
mom, I
very
really
wrong.
hope you don't have Alexa. Sorry.
Hopefully there's not porn playing right now.
Hey Alexa.
What's
My,
this? What'd you bring up here, Kim?
Oh, yeah,
While we're
that's
on the
right.
topic of YouTube, we had talked about the topic of a female sexual assault, female on female sexual assault
Yes,
accusations
across the board.
What? Coming out from, they were YouTube stars living together at the time while they were up and coming,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently the girl says that she got high and could not say no,
Yeah.
because she had smoked
She was like
marijuana.
really
Yeah.
passive about it, which, come on, dude.
Yeah,
That happens all the time.
She was too
Yeah.
high to say no.
she was too high to say
She
no.
didn't say.
Does she regularly smoke marijuana?
That's
Yes.
Right, no kidding.
no.
But she also didn't say yes. That's like her whole point, right? Like she was just
okay,
like
yeah.
neutral and being taken advantage of.
Right.
So it's Melanie Martinez is the YouTuber, and oh wow, this is her saying she was at Lollapalooza.
What? That
Jeez.
can't-
The crazy, the takeaway from this is the girl on girl sexual harassment, because you hear about the Harvey Weinsteins and the Kevin Spaceys, but you have this 24-year-old.
These aren't YouTubers. These are actual people. Like,
Well, they've become more than YouTube is
Hey,
where
Chevy.
they began.
YouTubers are
So-
people too.
It turned out so.
these
That's
are
right.
people.
Whether you like to admit it or not, they're people too.
So Melanie Martinez is
they
actually
make
the
these people up,
accused.
Brad.
Apparently, there's a girl, Timothy. For one, okay, it's a girl named Timothy. Let's get past this.
Yeah.
Timothy Heller.
Let me get past it.
Right.
I'm still not past it.
What?
Continue.
We'll call her Timon for sure.
Timon.
Timon.
And Pumbaa? Never
Old
mind.
tiny Tim.
So Timothy Heller accused The Voice star Melanie Martinez of rape on Monday.
Flat out rape.
And apparently, even in I don't know. You can actually go and there's all kinds of videos on this subject and everything. But from what I've heard, she even in all of her statements and everything, she even says how she never said no. She just remained quiet. She never said no until there was 2 nights where things were really getting hot and heavy. The first night, Melanie was apparently begging Timothy, like, oh, come on, just let me touch your arm. Let me touch your boob. Let me touch you there. You know, they're going on and on and on. And apparently Timothy was just like, no, just laughing it off, jokingly laughing it off, right?
Okay.
And so the next night, Melanie got her high on marijuana. And she was just kind of like shrugging away and not saying no, just shrugging it away, laughing off these awkward jokes. And eventually she said that she got tired and laid down, and that's when Melanie started to
Take advantage.
touch her without her permission, gave her oral sex without her permission, used a toy without her permission.
Who complains about oral sex?
Hold on. I mean, hold on. Some dude starts giving you oral sex, you'd complain about.
That's
Wait,
honestly right there.
Okay,
That's the point she's trying to make. It's like all of a sudden it's okay because it's not a man.
So was she not into girls prior to this, or what?
I don't know.
Because you're right. If some dude started sucking my dick,
Yeah, that would be okay.
I'm getting raped on marijuana.
But I would also be able to say, hey, get the fuck off me. Stop sucking my dick.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. That's a weird situation.
Hey, what you doing down there?
I mean,
Could you,
I
stop
don't
it?
mean to bother you, but can you stop sucking my fucking dick,
I
please?
think them just reaching towards your zipper would be enough to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like-
stop.
Or the hair on the face rubbing against your thigh would be a dead giveaway.
There's
poking
beard in
me.
your asshole type deal. That's when you know you should say no.
I can honestly say, guys, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm sure we're close friends and everything. We'll be for a while, but I can honestly say, I don't think my thigh is ever going to teach either one of your guys' cheeks. Any of your
I
guys'
pray to
cheeks.
God.
There go my plans for after the podcast.
Damn it.
Fine, I guess I'll do something else on break then.
Yeah, what a crazy situation, man. I think that she got into a consensual relationship with this girl, and the girl took it too far without her permission, and she felt taken advantage of. And that's her prerogative, like if she felt that way, then she felt that way, and if what she's saying is true, then that's fucked up.
I think that's something that she should talk to her about, though. She shouldn't put it. Obviously, if this person is famous, don't put it all over the fucking media. Talk to her about it.
Yeah, don't tell 7 million people.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that just seems like you're not actually trying to take care of the problem or feel bad about or better about the problem. You're trying to.
Hashtag me too.
It's a fame grab.
It is.
Hashtag me next.
Oh, jeez.
Hashtag me please.
Pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Something that we've been talking about as a group, not so much on the podcast, but I'd like to bring it up, is robots. I know that sounds like a nerdy thing to bring up.
Very much in favor of, an automated society. Well, of course, with universal income, and we get into a whole other plethora of topics.
Yeah, one topic at a time.
But robots in general.
So the robots that he's bringing up are starting to draw people's blood, and I think there's an opportunity for sure, but I'd be sketched out, man, that robot is going to all of a sudden just gadoosh into my arm.
What if the power goes out, then it comes back on, it starts over from beginning or some weird shit like that, just ends up tearing up your whole fucking arm.
Yeah.
There's so many horrible situations.
Have you ever had your
Right.
computer just freeze on you? And all of us have probably
Right, and
had
then
it.
try to
Right.
reboot a little bit type deal.
It's like stab,
Right.
stab.
Miss.
It's like 80% done, then 75% done,
Yeah, really.
then 90, and then 30, and your whole arm's just gone by the whole fucking end of procedure.
Yeah, it's a weird time. I'm sure we'll eventually evolve to the point where it's exclusively robots doing that type of shit, though, because obviously they're more efficient, right? Like the programs can be written so that they can hit a vein every time, and it probably
But
will
at
work
the same
fine.
time, it's like how I get that over time we will have that technology, but how do they find a vein on like a junkie or something?
A junkie, it's easier.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
aren't the veins fatter?
How is it not?
than
Their
junkies?
veins are very
They're
distinguished.
gone. No, after a while they ended up they got to shoot different places because they get them fucked up from shooting up so much.
Oh.
So it's like
You just got to write that in the program.
I guess, but it's like how are you going to find a vein?
Is there a button for that? Junkie vein.
Which I'm saying,
Done.
I'm saying it's like it's of course.
I'm
we'll
sure
come
right
into that
now it's
technology,
too
but-
young to have all those kind of edge cases and stuff.
Right.
But eventually, yeah, it's literally just like, okay, place it over the body, it'll find itself.
Right, with like maybe how fast it's moving, like it can find how fast blood's moving.
Well, and too with robots, you have different types of vision. You can have X-ray vision on the robot. You can have thermal vision. So where all of a sudden it's just from it looking at your arm, it already knows where the vein is.
Yeah, I believe it is thermal vision or something like that they use right now for it. So.
Right.
We're just going to be sketched out until it's wildly
Yeah.
efficient to the point where you just say fuck it,
Yep.
right? Like I don't know what's something that's robotic now that wasn't 20 years ago that we just deal with, like ATM machines or something. Like you just rely on it,
Right.
Phone lines.
Sure.
Phone line's probably the predominant one where you used to have rooms full of operators that would connect two people,
Right.
and nowadays it's just a switchboard.
And you don't question it.
Right.
Have you
It just
told
works.
People like you said with ATMs, how many years ago when that wasn't even a thing? Like, oh yeah, robot's gonna hold a bunch of money and it'll give it to you.
Now you just trust it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, well, okay, how do I know that robot's gonna give me the right amount of money, and why don't people just break into it? That's just fucking crazy.
Yeah,
idea,
even just
you know?
50 years ago, people would have been like, no, fuck, that's an idiotic idea.
Right.
I always hope that it actually gives me the wrong amount of money. Like,
I still count my
a couple
money.
$1,000 extra.
I do too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like
No, it never happens.
I wouldn't know how to complain about it if I got the
wouldn't
wrong
either, honestly.
type.
Well, you go into the bank and they'll fix it.
I got
my
too
girlfriend.
much money out of the ATM.
No, I'm saying if I didn't get enough, I'd be pissed.
Right.
True, that's a good point.
Yeah. I think if you get too much though, you gotta go into the bank and turn it in.
Yeah.
That's gonna catch up to you. Karma's a bitch. Robot karma's a bitch.
Robot karma.
It's
We
especially,
robot know what you did.
it's especially bad.
The special spot for you in
Yeah.
robot hell.
Yeah.
jeez.
Next time you get your blood drawn, they're gonna fuck you up.
Oh, couldn't find a vein. Sorry.
$1,000 worth of stabbing.
Yeah, so I recognize you got like $100 extra last time, so I took 100 extra milliliters of blood this time just to make up for it. Hope that's all right,
So guys,
friend.
as a heads up, we're gonna do a little different to our listener. Different format this time. We're gonna do 30 minutes of random topics and then half an hour of draw out of the hat topics. And,
No, that's a bad idea.
okay. Well,
You're a bad
I think we're gonna change it now. Then. So just heads up.
This is our probably a topic that everybody needs to know. It's a very BuzzFeed topic, but whiskey is now good for relieving symptoms of the flu.
Oh, just now it is?
Wait, no.
I've kind of always heard that though, right? Like drink some whiskey when you're sick.
Hot
Yeah, it was
toddies.
hotty
But there was
toddy,
there was a study that came out.
Delicious.
Yeah, there's. I didn't do too much research into it. I just
That's
kind of
why-
hope that it's true no matter what.
Fucking headline reader.
And off of personal experience, I drink when I'm sick.
Hmm.
But I drink when I'm not sick. So,
So,
when
but
I don't sick.
Jack Honey does not work.
Mm.
Does not. Like, it's a whiskey and it already has honey in it.
It makes-
But it does not work at all. I drank, me and my wife, me and my wife, we drank a fifth of it. Just the two of us. Didn't cure a damn thing. Didn't even catch a buzz.
In fact, I was way sicker the next day.
That felt like shit.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do the whiskey thing, do not do Jack Honey or any other honey whiskey. Just do regular
Slash
whiskey.
don't kill a fifth. And I think the study is based around like somebody who's sick, drinks a mixed drink of whiskey.
But
They
also-
don't get fucking wasted.
It's the honey and lemon though too.
Yeah.
I don't like the honey though.
So
I don't like
we're not
honey.
talking about soothing throats though. We're talking about like actually fighting against the bacteria that's in your body.
Well, there's no
crazy.
cure to the common cold.
Right.
It's not out there.
Right.
But if it helps you sleep, it helps you relax, it calms you down. That's gonna help you.
Don't drink vodka. Vodka will not help you sleep.
There's certain people, I guess.
Nah,
Drink enough of it, it'll just put you out. So I guess
They wake up a
how
different
much
kind of
vodka
sick.
are we talking?
Good point.
But even if say like I was sick the other day and I took some Benadryl just so I could sleep, and the sleep is what ended up helping me. But
Miracle cure.
Benadryl.
Oh jeez. But the miracle cure is Corsine cough and cold. You just take as much as
Not
possible.
the recommended amount either.
No, not the
You had
recommended
this-
amount.
No.
2 boxes of
Enough,
triple C.
enough to where you're hallucinating your ass off.
You won't think about being sick, that's
No,
for sure.
No, you won't. You'll be in a completely different dimension. And it's
enjoying
just
your
fantastic.
caterpillar
That
friends
shit-
in the flower.
It's so fucked up. You can just overdose on cold medicine and get.
Well, they used to have over-the-counter cold medicine with codeine in it. It
Yeah.
used to be just codeine.
Those were the days.
Yeah, right? Hot dog. Let's get some fucking cold medicine.
Why'd they stop selling that over the counter? I wonder.
But now they have an over-the-counter drug that's just as bad, pretty much, which if you can take it, enough of it, it's equal to a high of PCP.
Jesus.
And
What is that?
dextromorphan.
Oh.
And
I'll be
it's-
back. I gotta run the store.
See you guys later. 6 days.
Whitest kids you know. I didn't even know they made a gallon.
Gallon of PCP.
Let's get that.
Right?
Science.
I think I'll stick to my glass of whiskey.
Yeah, really.
Jesus.
I do. Alcohol is my favorite drug of all time, I have to say. And when people say it's not a drug, bullshit. Everything's a drug.
Oh, definitely.
If caffeine's a drug, alcohol is definitely
Alcohol's a
It's
drug.
just a
Come
legal
on now.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, in all honesty, people are like, "Oh, marijuana's illegal," but if like you're comparing the two, alcohol is way fucking worse. than marijuana.
100%.
Personal view on this. I really feel like marijuana should be legalized anyway. So
Yeah.
just my personal view. I mean,
It's getting on the
we
ballot
probably do
in
an
Michigan.
entire topic on that, but whatever.
Illegalized?
Legalized.
Legalized.
Yes.
It already is illegalized.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here in Lansing, it's legal.
It's decriminalized. It's not recreationally legal. There's a difference.
No, anyone above 21 within the Lansing city limits, and now East Lansing city limits. Anyone
Wrong.
over the age of 21 can have an ounce. It's an. I'm gonna look it up. Lansing.gov.
With
I'll find it.
a
decriminalized.
license.
It's decriminalized.
With a license, and then what you're referring
No,
to.
not. It's not. No, it's more so than just a medical marijuana program.
What you're referring to is if you get pulled over and caught with that, you get a civil infraction as opposed to a criminal charge,
that
which does not make it legal
Mhm.
at all.
up to an ounce is a civil
Right.
infraction. Above that, it's back to misdemeanor.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Where-
Which
we're
is
we're
different
talking
from,
about
from
the
a
same
state
thing, though.
like Washington or Colorado where if
Oregon.
you get caught with it, nothing. Right. You just
Okay,
go
yeah,
home.
it's not-
You
Yeah.
smoke with the officer.
Yep.
It's
Hey, I
actually-
got you.
you
You got to
actually-
smoke a bowl with me.
You actually get rewarded if you get pulled over.
Hey,
Good job. You were
faggot.
driving the speed limit. I know that's hard.
Still better in Lansing and East Lansing than it is anywhere else.
Oh,
in the
definitely.
state. In
Yeah.
Ann Arbor too. Ann Arbor's the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you though, man. That's alcohol is obviously way worse.
Oh
It's
yeah,
silly.
for sure. For
It's
sure.
silly. We're way too conservative in this country.
I don't. Think
And by
that
the way,
we
you-
should illegalize alcohol though. Don't do that. No,
Yeah.
please,
No,
please, for the love of God.
that's not what we're
let's not
trying
get
to
crazy.
say.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Don't do
Government done took my baby away.
that. How am I going to get rid of this cold now?
Right, that's right.
You've doomed us all. Yeah, but no matter what, even in Colorado and Washington and the other states where it's legal, it's still federally illegal. So if the feds decide to raid you, bye bye.
Good point. Yeah.
Bye bye, Blackbird.
Unless it's medicinal purposes.
Still illegal to the feds.
There's statutes saying that the feds can't incriminate you for it.
Mm.
They can't invest their budget into busting you, even though it's federal law. If you're protected by state rights, they can't invest any money from a law enforcement agency to make a criminal out of you.
I love the United States.
Unless they're in Detroit, then they just bust each other.
Yeah. Then they just beat the
I just
crap out of
went-
each other and call it
Speaking
good.
of Detroit, I just went and saw Joe Rogan there this past weekend.
How was it?
Fucking amazing.
Awesome.
Oh my god. So funny. Yeah. We didn't get seated for like 45 minutes. There was a mile-long line outside.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we bought our tickets ahead of time, so we were standing outside
Aw.
talking to this other couple, and there's bullshitting. We all like the same podcast and stuff. And yeah, stood in line for like 30 minutes outside for a mile and finally sat down, and then he had an opener. He was supposed to go on at 10. We ended up walking out at like 1:30. But
Wow.
it's worth it. It was awesome. We had a hotel downtown. Renaissance Center. You guys ever been there?
Mm-hmm.
Badass. Fucking badass. But yeah, Joe Rogan Live is hilarious. It's so weird because he was just in Hawaii and then he flew to Detroit to do the show. And then 2 days later, he was in LA doing his podcast again. Like,
Wow.
Poor guy.
Shit.
Go
Right.
from
Right.
paradise to shit.
Yeah. I think he has a good balance though, man. Like, yeah.
That
see
wouldn't be
those
all
wild-
that bad.
He was talking about the wildfires in California. You guys see that?
Oh my
Yeah, I saw
god!
that.
Yeah.
Are those still going?
I saw a clip today. Holy shit. It looks like the,
27,000 people
will
evacuated.
you pull up the wildfire clip?
That was just
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
just by LA.
Yeah, Venturino.
I'm not sure.
Type in Venturino wildfire clip.
When I
They-
was in Oregon, they had wildfires going on when we were out hiking, and it was insane. You couldn't see very far.
Dude, this clip we're about to watch will blow your fucking mind. It looks like those apocalypse movies that you see.
Really?
Yeah, it's insane.
It's crazy.
Driving
I
on the
spelled it
highway
wrong.
and the whole fucking highway is just on fire.
I need help spelling this.
Fire F. No,
Shut up.
Well, how about we take a break real quick and we'll pull that up and we'll get right back to you guys.
Sounds good.
Gonna take a poop. Be right back.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Well, hello.
Coming at you live from the Upside Down.
We're fucking around in the Upside Down.
Oh, very nice.
Perpetually fucking off.
You guys have honestly missed it because we're not having video yet, but we shoulder shrugged the fuck out of our intro song, and you guys are missing out.
Yeah, it's really sad.
I was doing the cha-cha over here, so.
I mean,
Cha-cha, yeah.
I try to shrug.
like to cha-cha.
There's pictures happening.
There's something happening.
Last time you caught my
Always.
double chin like a motherfucker.
So, that's why you have to grow a neck beard so you don't have a double chin anymore.
If you don't say no, then
Then it's okay.
That was not consensual.
We
That
learned
was not a
that.
consensual picture. Hold on.
he made him take shots. He doesn't know any better.
He smoked weed. You can't say no.
Okay, so we're doing going back to our topic before
me.
going back to our topic before we left, the huge ass wildfires.
Yeah, I finally found that clip, and holy shit, it looks like the apocalypse.
It does not look real.
No,
Honestly.
it really doesn't. When I first saw it, I was like, what in the fuck, man? And these people are on their way to work, and their city is burning down.
Straight out of a video game.
It seriously. It looks like some Hollywood effects. Like
Yeah.
it's shocking and horrifying.
It's terrible. I can't imagine. Yeah, it sucks. I hope everybody's safe. There's been multiple houses burnt down at this point. Dude, that would suck.
Yeah, could you imagine that having to rely you're
Thankfully,
looking at your
there hasn't
insurance
been
money
that
just
many
so
injuries.
you can put a down payment on another place, pay rent in another place, but everything's gone.
Insurance doesn't replace.
The heartfelt items.
Sure.
Like say your mom got you something for Christmas. You know, say your mom bought you that whiskey kit from last episode. Say she actually
Yes,
got
she
that for
needs
you.
to.
And
It's been
boom,
aging for
gone.
months, and now it's gone.
Gone.
Sentimental. That's,
That's
the
what
word I was
started
looking
the
for.
fire.
Sentimental value.
Heartfelt. I just missed the ball on that one.
So speaking of insurance, I was advised to get renter's insurance, which I did. And my insurance lady told me to take pictures of everything.
Yep.
I still need to. I haven't done that yet. But
Ah.
but I'm also thinking, like, was my TV 50 inches or 70? Because I think
Gotta be a 70
I think it was
TV.
70 if I remember correctly. And I think my laptop was like $3,000 if I remember correctly.
Just take a picture of your friend's most expensive shit. Just be like, yeah, I had that.
I'm just gonna Google image the most expensive shit. Like, how do they prove otherwise? You know,
Photoshop your own head into it, holding it like, this is mine.
that's clearly photo. No, it's not.
You don't know. Prove it.
Yeah, exactly. So fuck taking pictures. I'm just gonna tell them I had all the expensive shit. Yeah. Although, I mean, I do kind of have a nice TV and stuff, but I'd be pretty sad if it got burnt down.
Have a picture of your kids and your wife, completely different family, completely different wife. Like, things used to be a lot better before the fire.
My wife got ugly. My kids got dumb.
What my kids used to look like.
My kids are in counseling now. You guys reimburse that, right?
My kids are white now. This is horrible.
This makes no sense.
the fuck?
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Anyway, where's my check?
We'll give you $400 per kid. That's it.
All right, so we're digging into my dirty hat. I don't know what that was.
Sound like a cap.
It did.
Digging into the dirty hat. You just got it. I hope it's not that dirty.
No, it is.
It's greasy.
I also use it as a pocket pussy. So
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
reach in.
I can't wait to put my hand in this.
Yeah, that escalated very quickly.
Why is it so sticky?
That's what we said last time.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just looking at us right now. You're raping me.
Oh snap!
Oh snap!
I miss our personal soundboard. Just gonna say. Gonna voice it.
Okay, so the thing with the soundboard, even my mom said so.
No.
Well, if our
Thanks,
listen,
Mom. Love
if
you,
our
Mom.
listen,
You can't tell the difference if we're
Yeah.
talking or not.
yeah,
So if we are going to use it, we got to change the pitch or something
Okay.
because it's
Yeah, but that wouldn't be the same then, because like I love like the melody your voice carries when you tell us we are raping you.
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
You're raping me.
Yes.
It means something, just like
Yes.
right then.
Oh,
Like,
it's beautiful.
I'm just saying. It sometimes it comes up in conversation that the soundboard in it. You think people are saying that and it's like, wait, where the fuck did that come from?
does it
Yeah.
matter though? I mean, if it fits, it fits.
No, it does matter because it takes away from the actual topic that we're talking about, and half that soundboard is me.
I think that's
Like,
why you
hate
don't
it
like
so
it.
much.
What should
yeah.
we talking about?
I think that's why you don't like
well,
it.
in all
Absolutely,
fairness,
that's why I don't like it.
Chevy, we don't know what you're talking about with or without the soundboard.
That's
That's a
you.
good point. I can change the pitch on things.
Half
I
of this
haven't done
post
it
has
yet,
been the
but we
soundboard
can do that.
anyways. You guys just record me saying random shit. Like, I'm not even here.
Chevy's actually not even here.
We
Yeah,
can do it
actually,
without you now. Like, you want to pull a Steve? Go ahead.
Come Come on, guys. That was 3 podcasts ago.
Right.
I'll never live that down.
Fantastic.
See, like that time, you could tell it was a soundboard.
Damn it.
The
I think it
volume
was
was
quieter,
lowered.
you know.
Yeah.
I think
Got
he
it
did
way
all-
down. Yeah.
Edit the pitch. Anyway, we'll bitch about the podcast after off the air.
Okay,
So here we go on the topics here.
We'll start off with Matt again, like we did last time. Matt, go ahead.
Okay, I have a favorite.
Shout out Chevy's mom.
Thank you,
Swan.
Chevy's mom. This
So
one came in from
favorite
you.
president, right?
Yes.
My favorite president.
And why?
I don't have one,
And it has to be.
honestly.
It has to
I
be.
really
You
Trump.
gotta
don't.
pick one
Yeah,
and tell us
it's-
why.
It's definitely not Trump. I'm going to say that. I'm not going to say anything more on that because
What-
we'll have hours of discussion. So.
We're fighting.
Yeah.
What about the?
Because Cameron loves Trump. That's just.
I like Reagan because he was an actor and then he was the president. It's like,
I like Reagan
fucking-
because he was in a scene that I loved. which
I like
was the
JFK because he has
80s
red
scene.
pants. Oh wait, never mind.
no,
Oh.
No.
that was his turtleneck.
No,
That was
no,
red.
that would have saved him.
Too soon.
Oh, yeah, that's
he
right.
Didn't
Would've
have
saved
red
him.
pants.
Too soon.
Saved him. Never mind. Too soon or too true? No.
Both.
Oh.
His wife killed him.
Grassy knoll. Grassy knoll.
She was in on it.
Oh, you guys haven't seen? So once it was declassified, they actually got a video that was declassified, and there's actually very obvious video footage of Jackie shooting him in the back of the head and then stuffing the gun behind the seat.
What?
It's very convincing
You're
video.
joking.
Seriously?
I'm dead
Jesus.
serious.
Shut the fuck
Really?
up.
I'm dead serious.
So I saw that-
We can pull it up.
Do
Yeah,
A.
yeah,
B,
I would
I
like,
saw the CIA dump and I didn't see anything about that.
I would definitely like the. Oh, you have boobs on your phone.
Not a lot of
I
shit.
would definitely like the.
Way to call them out.
The link to that one.
It's always fun
For
when you
sure.
go to your browser when you're like trying to Google search something and you're in public and you're like, oh fuck, Pornhub is still up. Goddamn.
Crap.
Yeah.
Somebody
Whoops.
sees your DVDA search.
I saw a meme the other day where it showed the cell phone evolution and it started off with like, the Nokias and then it went to the flip and then it showed the first iPhone and it had an arrow and said, this is when mobile porn started.
I don't doubt that for
the
a
evolution
second.
of the evolution of cell phones.
Right.
I'm sorry, Chevy's mom.
Nobody downloads porn
We get it.
anymore, though.
Downloads, yeah, no, it's definitely free streaming.
It's crazy, yeah.
I remember stealing VHS tapes from my mom's boyfriend at the time. And
Still magazines.
Holy crap.
my God, I was so happy.
Yeah, so Matt can see this.
Okay, I can see this. This is insane.
This has got.
It really does look like Jackie shot him in the freaking face.
Watch, they're gonna replay it.
I'm not
They're
really
gonna replay it.
seeing it. To be
Wait,
honest,
just wait.
You'll see
So
the
there's
muzzle
about to be
flash in just
replayed.
a second.
Look, so
Yeah.
now her hands her hands right by his chin over there, and now they're gonna show her stuffing up behind the seat.
I'm really not convinced here.
It's
Yeah.
her hand really quickly goes behind the seat.
Mm.
Boom.
I need more solid evidence. Also, nothing like watching his face get blown off 10 times in a row. Jesus.
That's my great grandfather, guys. So
Yeah.
he could stop
And why aren't you rich?
because it's not my great grandfather.
He's like
darn it.
5 times
I
removed.
told you guys my grandma had a bunch of then it was blown in.
Are you actually? Is there a way that you're possibly related
I
to?
don't know.
There's always a way.
He's the retarded cousins.
The black sheep.
The ones they didn't talk about.
The one they don't talk about.
The incest Alabama cousin.
right. What did you look up to find this?
I don't know, dude. I'm not.
Jackie shot
I really expected a.
Jackie
a
shot
red,
JFK on Google.
Oh, come on, man.
I expected a
There's
red herring
there's
here,
better
but
videos. This is just the first one I found that was less than 5 minutes and someone else telling their opinion about it.
I'm unconvinced.
No, absolutely not.
There is
No,
a weird.
I'm starting to believe it.
There's a weird photo of her afterwards though, where she's smiling like an hour later in the press room or whatever, and it's kind of weird. Like, why are you so happy? Right?
She got a lot done afterwards. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, she probably got a lot of money willed to
She
her,
got a
too.
lot of things that were like, you know what? I want this to happen and this to happen and this to happen because my husband wanted to do that.
Can we stop playing this?
Boom.
It's horrible.
When did she
See her stuff it?
No.
No, I see her trying to.
What are we watching right now? What are you
Manage it.
stuffing here, Karen?
Right, come on. I get it. That's something that's like okay, it's possible.
I don't
Even if
honestly,
she,
man.
why would she stuff the gun if she's gonna shoot him in some?
Wouldn't they
plain
find it
public?
in the back though?
There's
It
how
was
many
all
people
covered
there?
up. It was all under
That's a good
classified
point.
information that
Good
was
point.
declassified.
How many people were there that wouldn't see her pull out a gun and shoot the
True.
motherfucker?
I love me a conspiracy theory, believe
Yeah.
me, but
All JFK is it's a good conspiracy. It's a good bedtime story.
goddamn right.
That was my
there's
favorite. I don't
also
know
a
why, just
president
because
that
of
got
you know, I hear he
that's
did
the best.
awesome things. So
JFK.
yeah,
Yeah,
That
fuck
was
your
my
favorite
favorite.
president. What's your favorite?
yeah, pretty much. He got
conspiracy
shot in the
theory?
face. So
So I like that guy.
That's why I like him.
I like it because I can make Kennedy jokes.
We answered that question.
Honestly, I like making Kennedy jokes with Cameron. So that'd probably be it for me.
I have enough holes in my head. Thank you very much.
Personally, like,
No, that's in your brain. Kid. Big difference.
If it came to just like who you actually were as a person, he's not my favorite. Kennedy still takes it, but you got to give props to Clinton because he takes so much shit, and he just. This isn't politically at all because I never followed him as a president.
Well, we were too young, I think, at the time.
But
He got his dick
him in the White House. Come on.
Hey, he is the president who didn't care if you took a knee. It's okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't give a shit.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yes, you
but
did.
his wife, though.
But I am wearing her underwear right now.
Filet shit. Wait a minute. Was he a closet tranny too? Fuck.
That's mafia.
That was declassified just the other week. So
Well, all right. Well, my favorite president is Harriet Tubman.
why is that?
President of the Underground Railroad. Okay.
Cameron's actually
there's a
90%
wrench,
black.
and it just now it's in the mix because I threw a wrench.
Harriet Tubman.
Okay, Steve, you got a favorite president there?
Yeah, let me just go ahead and say Harriet Tubman was not a president. Can't really get over that one.
Fine, P. Diddy.
Oh no!
Wow.
Wow!
Wow. So I controversially liked Obama. I really did.
I like Obama too.
His fucking persona was so refreshing, you know? Like you always get like these stale people, and in our childhood or as we were growing up, it was like Clinton, Bush. There was a Bush, Clinton, Bush, and it's like, okay, these guys are presidential, right?
Sounds like a bad joke.
And you get most of my jokes are bad.
I don't tell.
But you, I don't know. You get somebody in there. He's got some swag. He's fucking dancing and shit. He's pulling stupid dad jokes, you know, on Thanksgiving Day.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
True.
Honestly,
And whatever with the policy, right? Like I was a little. I won't say I was young, but I kind of didn't give a shit. As I get older, of course, I'm 28 now. But as I get older, I care more. So it's in my purview. But Obama was just swaggy as fuck.
Speaking,
He was just cool, man.
Outside of politics and of actual things that he did with the government, and things that he did or didn't do for the U.S., he was a legit people's person
For sure.
with his family. The way he handled groups of people, being on talk shows, with the way him and his wife were, the way he was with the vice president. He had a very friendly, laid back, like I could come up to my president and shake his hand.
Yes, definitely. I don't think I'd be as comfortable around Trump.
No, I would be a little intimidated.
I don't know if I would shake his hand.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that would be something I would be motivated to go and do, because like you don't just end up. It's not like you're never like people like us are never going to be put in a position of like you need to go shake his hand because we need this picture, we need this, we need that. People like us, but no, the people like us, we have to voluntarily sign up for that. We have to be like, oh, I want to go shake his hand, and you go stand in line for 2 fucking days.
I want to purposely not shake his hand.
Right.
It happened.
We're talking about Trump, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Out of a cliche, though, I have enough respect for the office that I would. And
Absolutely.
Because it's the hardest fucking job in the world, man. And for sure, he's not perfect, obviously, and he's kind of kooky.
I played way too much Metal Gear Solid to ever believe our president holds any power.
I agree with that 100%.
Okay. Well, we can go down conspiracy lane all day.
Right.
But
Yeah, there we
honestly,
go.
But at the end of the day, he has a real job, and it's 50, 60
Even
hours
if he
a week.
doesn't have a real job, he's taking the shit for it.
Yeah. So
that is true.
out of respect for the office, and he is the commander in chief. I mean,
Absolutely.
love it or hate it,
He's
know.
still president of our country.
He's
If
the-
you want to say, hey, not my president, yes, he is.
Interesting.
Sorry.
Yeah, no
He
shit.
He is, but that doesn't mean I have to shake his hand.
No, of course
Right.
not.
No,
that's the
that's
beauty
your
of living in this
decision.
I don't
country.
think. I'm just saying, Obama. That is someone I would go stand in line just to shake Obama's hand, even
I
though he's
see.
not president.
You wouldn't go
anymore.
out of your way to shake
That's
Trump's
what I'm
hand.
saying. With Donald Trump, like I don't think I'll ever be in a position where I need to for any kind of political reason or public image.
Right.
So voluntarily, I don't think that's something to be like. That doesn't mean much to
So
me.
if he was in Lansing, let's say he was going to be at the Capitol like next week, you wouldn't even.
I wouldn't even blink twice about it.
Interesting.
I'd just
It
go
wouldn't
on
be a
with my
big deal to me
day. Be
either,
like, I
I'd be the
work
same
downtown,
way,
so it'd be like,
though.
God
I'd be
damn
the
it, what's
same
all this
way.
traffic here for?
That's a
And that'd
good
be
point.
about the most of
I'm
my
the outlier
excitement.
here. I'm the cliche fucking patriot that's like, oh, mad respect for the commander in chief. Honestly, And I don't agree with hardly.
I wouldn't go to a rally or anything against.
Oh
I'm just
fuck
that
no!
not
Don't
into
get me
politics.
wrong. I just have respect for the highest
Oh,
office.
absolutely, me too.
Yeah.
I thought Bernie
Like,
should have won it,
regardless.
but whatever.
Oh,
that was an interesting
jeez.
thing, right? Like, Bernie just got pushed.
Bernie
out. Come on.
had some fucking crazy.
He had some
ideas.
crazy
Yeah, but
stuff.
dude, like,
I will admit that. yes.
People were
Let's save
so
this for the next
butthurt.
podcast. But
Yeah, we
Yes.
can go on.
Yeah,
Fuck.
well,
Yeah, let's move on to the next.
Did we all get out our favorite president?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Oh,
did.
yeah.
yeah, my favorite was Abraham Lincoln for abolishing slavery. Okay, go on.
Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman did it.
Not my president.
Not my president.
And Harriet
All right, fine.
Tubman's not my
Benjamin Franklin.
Never, also not a president.
Read your fucking hand. God damn it.
That's strike
Need to
two,
Google
Caleb. One more strike and you're off this podcast.
Dennis Rodman.
Okay, he actually was
Okay,
president
that,
today.
yeah.
Was he really?
No.
How the fuck did that happen?
Did I miss something?
You guys, I live under a rock. You guys who tell me the sky's gray. I'm
man.
like, really? Really?
You know what's weird though? Kim Jong Un does like him a lot.
I know.
It's
There's
so
that whole weird thing.
It's so weird.
Okay, Cam, your what is yours?
Opinion.
Opinion. Oh God, didn't you get this one last time?
So is this like
I don't think so,
is
did
this
I?
controversial or is it just a random opinion?
Just
And I get to
opinion.
pick up the question, right? Because we didn't
No,
get a
fuck
drop
no.
in the bucket.
Right.
Huh?
We didn't
to
get.
pick you.
We didn't. No,
We get to
oh,
pick
you guys.
Us
had-
three.
Oh, and then you ask me.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I asked you about kids last time, which we thought was going to be lame,
that was
advice.
Advice, yeah.
That one
Can I
clicks.
ask?
Yeah,
Can I ask a question to Cameron?
Opinion,
Of course.
yeah, all of us,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, what about this whole net neutrality thing?
Oh,
What do you
okay.
feel about that? Because I know it's going to be on the 14th.
That's a good
They're
one.
actually voting on it and everything.
I have very strong opinions on net neutrality.
Before you get into what you're about to say, can you say whether you're for or against it and
Okay,
why?
hold on.
Because this is a very complicated subject.
Before that,
Yes.
tell us exactly what it is.
Okay. So net neutrality is, think of it this way. It's literally just keeping the internet neutral to websites. So if Joe Schmo and his lawn mowing company has a website, it gets the same priority on traffic as, say, Facebook.com and their Facebook page. And keeping those lanes open. All of a sudden, Comcast, or say if net neutrality is abolished and done away with, all of a sudden now Comcast, as your internet service provider, if you try to visit Facebook.com, your request is going to go through before all of the other people that are trying to visit
Throttling.
Joe Schmo's lawn. Yeah, exactly. It's
Throttling.
throttling based on your status, you know.
So I don't want to cut you off, but just so we're clear, net neutrality is already a thing. It's already been passed. It's been in law for a long time.
Thanks to Obama.
Yep. And usually I'm not for government regulation, but in this case it keeps the government out of the internet. It doesn't allow for major companies such as Time Warner or Comcast to throttle your internet. And that's the existing plan. What they
Well-
want to do is take that away.
It keeps
No,
the
right now,
net-
government. Well, it's about like what you said, except backwards. As far as the government is heavily involved right now in regulating the fact that you cannot do
But
that.
in a good way,
But they're
which I
trying-
can't believe I'm saying
the head
that.
of the
Yeah.
FCC right now is trying to take the government out of the
yes,
internet.
which would be terrible.
yeah, that is
So
what
they're
would be
together
terrible.
It puts the
they're
power
trying to
in the
monopolize.
corporations.
Is that
Exactly.
what
Yes.
you're saying?
Well, sort of.
They're
I
trying
mean,
to
let's
monetize.
be
Is
honest.
what I feel like.
Exactly. They're trying to sell you packages of the internet. They're trying to take all of the internet and bundle it up into packages with their own prices.
So-
But within a monopoly altogether. So altogether, they're being a monopoly, but
No.
imagine
For
if
only
the
$14.95, you get YouTube, Facebook, and Google.
Right, exactly. So
For
you
6
get,
months.
so you have all of your email websites
understand,
for
yeah.
10. So then what you're not explaining a very
so they're all
accurate
going to do
understanding.
this, or certain ones are going to do
So the
this?
All
current-
internet,
current-
it's going to give the right to internet service providers to do that,
So
and then
they're
it's up
all
to
gonna
them
do
whether or
this.
not they choose to.
Yep.
Okay.
And you're goddamn right. In a capitalist society, they're going to do it.
Right.
They are
Yeah,
going
come
to
on.
throttle.
So they
Come
would,
on now, yeah.
yeah, they would create a monopoly.
Right now, they have their hands tied. They're not allowed to legally. You know, they very well could implement the technology to begin to do it,
Hmm.
but they're not legally allowed to.
because of legislation.
Right.
The
because
whole
of net
thing should be
neutrality
monopoly has
legislation.
nothing to do with it. I mean, let's face it, Comcast is already a fucking monopoly. But
Especially, yeah, it depends on the local area,
so
of course.
that
yeah.
has less
honestly.
to do with it than, let's say, okay, so there's YouTube. Let's say somebody wants to come out with a YouTube YouTube Plus, right? Something
Mhm.
different. BoobTube.
All of a
Let's call
sudden,
it
their
BoobTube.
page takes 15 seconds to load,
Yes.
while YouTube is going up half a second.
If they
half
take
a second,
net
half a
neutrality
second.
away,
Oh,
then
okay.
Comcast has the ability to go, well, we sponsor YouTube, so we're going to slow this service provider
or
down.
because this person hasn't paid for, say local channels, because this person hasn't paid for local websites, they just can't even look at your site,
Jesus.
Yeah,
let
there
alone
goes,
it
wait,
taking 15
what?
seconds.
So I'm usually against government regulation, but keep net neutrality where it's
Yeah,
at.
so my opinion is to keep net neutrality where it's at. Do not repeal. Do not appeal, because then we have all these. It's like the internet has been a major part in the startup boom, and
Definitely.
everyone being able to start up, companies out of the basement. These kids being able to, all of a sudden,
How about us?
us,
Yeah.
literally
Right.
us.
What
Like-
what can we do? What can we do about it?
You call your local call your local legislature, your local senates, call them, blow up their email inbox. There's a website you can go to, battleforthenet.net, where you go there, it'll call you, right? And then it'll run that phone call through a series of remember three-way calling?
Yeah.
It'll run you through a series of three-way calls with each of the local senators based off your phone number.
It's kind of sad that we're so passionate about this, but to be honest with you, I haven't done any of that. So I really should be more proactive. But Matt, talk about how your Reddit feed got blown up with net neutrality. a couple days
Oh
ago.
my gosh. So I went on Reddit the other day, and that's all that was on. That was everywhere. It was all over the place. Like, I had no idea what the hell else was going on. And like, I just scroll way down to actually figure out, oh, hey, look, there's something else going on
Right.
other than net neutrality.
Yeah.
today. So it's like, there are tons of things out there. There's tons of different protests and things going on
Well,
right
it sounds
now.
like a lot of people are seeing it as a bad thing.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
haven't
Oh, yeah,
seen
for
one
sure.
Repealing net
positive
neutrality
thing
is a
about it.
terrible
I honestly see it as a terrible thing.
So the head of the FCC, he's got I can't remember his name. It's
Vijay Pat or something like
Something
that. I don't know how to
weird, yeah.
He's got
pronounce
a
it.
stick up his ass. I hear that you're freaking like sold out to big business. Is what
Well, he was a
so keep in mind
director-
he used to work for Verizon.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
like let's fucking be real here. We know where his head's at.
Yeah.
He's doing
In his
favors for
ass?
his
I'll
buddies.
give you
Yes.
guys half a
Straight
guess
up
at
his
who
asshole.
appointed him. Half a guess.
Bommy.
Oh, yeah. Please.
It
The
was-
one who put net neutrality into
It
place.
was Trump, wasn't it?
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
see,
You know what's funny?
businessman Trump. Yeah.
When net neutrality was being rolled out, all the libertarians and people that were not anti-government, but small government, such as myself, were against it. But now that it's in place, it makes a lot of fucking sense.
Mhm.
And
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm not usually for government regulation, but in this case, man, keep that shit
I
alive.
agree. I agree.
So yeah, good opinion on that, Kim.
Right. Good question, Matt. Let's all drink to that.
Yes, for sure.
To net neutrality.
Oh, I forgot we made the switch up.
That is
I mean, I didn't forget, but my
that is
body
not
did.
You got to say that Kentucky whiskey was so much better.
I know. I can feel that in my throat.
Oh my god! So Cameron last podcast was talking about this 120 proof Knob Creek,
Knob Creek.
and then I was in the store, Rainbow in Lansing today, buying this fifth of Buffalo. Fuck, what's it called? Buffalo something. And I saw it on the counter, and so
Buffalo Dick.
Terrace.
Oh, wait, no.
Buffalo
Terrace.
Trace.
Buffalo Trace.
Trace.
And I
Reading.
come into the podcast room. I go, Cameron, they have this fifth of 125 proof Knob Creek. He's like, yeah, we were just talking about that. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
But it's $54.99.
I don't
Yeah.
listen to the podcast.
I forget.
I don't remember what you guys said.
It will be one of our collective. We're gonna start a bottle. Like you guys might not ever see it.
There-
We'll take
there
a
will
picture
be
someday and
pictures.
show
There will
you.
be pictures.
Yeah,
It'll be high school all over again.
for sure.
except they'll be
We'll put like highlighter stuff in
nice
it.
bottles.
Yeah.
Black lights and shit.
Except for when when it's my turn to bring whiskey, it's not going to be that nice.
It's going to be a plastic fifth.
Hunters is a good one.
I do
Hunters
like
is a good one.
Hunters. It's Hunter. It's not
5
Hunter.
o'clock
I've been calling it
whiskey?
Hunters.
What?
Well, if you buy multiple bottles, it's Hunters because you have more than one bottle.
Good point.
And
I
two
should
here,
just buy
Michigan.
multiple bottles then.
Michigander accents. We throw an S on everything. Myers, Kroger's, like
I do that.
McDonald's.
It's true.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
That's
Myers.
I didn't think
we
about it. I'm
also-
like, wait, hold on.
We also say milk instead of
I don't
milk.
say milk.
I don't say that,
I
and
say milk.
I cringe every time I hear somebody say milk.
Pello.
Hold on.
What the fuck was in that milk?
Oh,
You did say milk. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I do. I have a very thick Michigan accent.
My girlfriend will say milk, and I'll say,
I love you,
what
Cameron.
did you
Aw.
just say? It's milk. for the
Okay,
record.
so I got advice.
So are we supposed to give you advice?
Mm.
You're supposed to ask me to give you advice about something.
I'd like some advice on do-it-yourself at-home tattoos
Okay, wait.
Ooh.
I also.
because Chevy has some experience in this.
Yeah, actually, I think that's a better one than mine.
Okay.
Well, we can do yours too.
Mine was too open ended.
Is yours masturbation, Cameron? Because
Well, I mean, you guys can't really give an
I'm
opinion on
embarrassed.
that. We're all going to talk about it.
Good point. Good point.
So what are the do's and don'ts of at-home tattoos?
Well, obviously, you never use a gun. You never use something that's shifted and made. You use a machine, which is actually, bought, store-bought.
So what's the
and
difference
it's
between a machine and a gun? 'Cause
Right.
I thought machines were called guns.
Right.
You don't, that's a tattoo artist thing. You don't call them guns because gun is something that you make it in jail or that you make yourself. That a needle
with a
pretty
doorbell.
much.
And,
Some crazy
Honestly, how
shit.
do they get the motor for that? What do they strip the motor from to make that in jail?
CD players it used to be.
is it CD players?
I can't,
TVs,
They used to
maybe?
use anything
I could
that would
see that.
spin, you can use.
I can
Yeah,
see that, yeah.
something
Anything with a
perpetual
capacitor
motion.
and a fucking...
Hell, even those USB fans that you get, you can use them with
Sometimes
something like
if
that.
you just get ink and a needle, just
Okay, so don't do
Do it
that.
old school.
So you buy one like off Amazon or something?
There's tattoo kits all over the place. You can get them cheap with ink and needles. Of course, you got to check your needles, make sure they're clean. Know what types of needles that you're working with. Look it up. If they're for shading, if they're for lines. Know your ink, of course. You can't just buy any type of ink, and if it's
Well, you say of course, but I would crack open a gel pen and think that's good enough.
it's not.
Okay.
We're gonna do a tattoo
You want a green
on
and
Steve with a gel pen.
with the gel pen.
Why does it keep
Chevy
fading?
started up.
Why do I have ink poisoning?
Regardless if you're tattooing yourself or someone else, you always want to keep a clean space. Have gloves on. Have your machine covered. The lines going into the machine. You have to make sure that you know how to set up properly. If not, you're gonna have sparks coming off of your machine and stuff.
No shit.
Yeah, and that's gonna fuck up your tattooing. Don't have somebody who has really shaky hands tattoo you like me. Cameron learned that.
Whoops.
Of course, always use clean needles. There's plenty of skins out there to actually practice on.
Wait, what do you mean practice on what?
Fake skins.
Really?
Yeah, there's fake skin that you can actually do on.
So it's like
and
fleshy
practice.
material?
Pretty much, it's like a thicker plastic that
Huh.
you can
Is it like the dummies that you can shoot bullets through? Like the ballistic dummies?
I don't
No,
know how accurate those
It
are.
literally feels like a patch of skin.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. The ballistic dummies they used to like on Mythbusters that they'd shoot bullets through was like a fleshy dummy.
I thought they
I'm not-
made
be.
those
It could
though.
be.
Yeah.
Didn't they make them? Like
I'm not
they'd make
sure.
like a brick of gel.
Yeah, but that pretty much just
It depends
I
on
think it
which,
replicated the
Depends on
human
which
body though.
CSI you watch.
Yeah.
if you do it, it's something that's worth looking up for at least a couple hours. Know what the fuck you're doing.
So as a guy who has 0 tattoos, do you regret any of them?
Absolutely not. Every one of my tattoos means something.
Badass.
They have a story behind them, and each one of them is part of my life.
Yeah.
It's part of my skin. now.
Agreed.
So
That's why
Same here.
I'm so skeptical. I'm like worried that I'm gonna get like 50 and be like, why did I get that dolphin on my lower back? Fuck.
that time I swam with old Bessie, it was great, but I shouldn't have tattooed her on my ass.
It wasn't that great.
I mean, I orgasmed. But
Yeah, it was whatever.
I just left it in the moment.
I left it in the pool.
I regret one of my tattoos. I have
Floating
a
like
tattoo
a
I regret.
loogie.
You enjoy that later, Bessie.
How many tattoos do you have, Kim?
One.
The one in your hand?
That's the one I regret.
One and done.
I have the same tattoo.
no regrets.
I have the same tattoo, and so does Bosco.
Oh, really?
We all have the same little stick figure tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought you had more, Cameron.
Is it? I have more than I want, but I haven't. I have to draw it, and they don't. It's not the kind of tattoo you can just walk and be like, prick it off the wall. That one.
Yeah.
That's not.
I want
Never
that.
do
I want that
that.
star.
Never do
Right.
that.
Yeah, that's just a bad idea. You're better
Basically-
off getting it. Even if you don't know how to draw, you have a friend that knows how to draw, and they'd love to hang out with you for a night and draw
Right.
some shit.
And if you go into a tattoo place and maybe you like their art and stuff, you can come up with an idea with them. They'll draw the shit you come up with. If you want to take the time and if you have the money, don't waste their fucking time. Don't be an asshole. But if
For
you
sure.
can give them a concept type deal that they can think that they can handle and they can draw it up, yeah, fucking go through with it.
Also, I feel like there is a very valuable thing to mention here. Do not go cheap on your fucking tattoos. Just because you want a tiger and you go to this professional place and they tell you, oh, that's going to be $300. And you all of a sudden you got a buddy that be like, oh, dude, I'll do it for 80. Like, dude,
Yeah, no.
don't.
No.
Yeah.
If you can see their work and it's legit, talk to them. Look at their work. Actually see what they can do. If
But
they
even-
say they can do it, don't fucking just believe them just because they say so.
It made-
That's
when you
kind of
said-
elementary.
When you said don't waste their time, that's what made me think of it. Because even if they are good artists, don't fucking go cheap on it. Give them what they're worth.
So are popular tattoo artists difficult to get appointments with?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
So that's a conundrum, huh?
I mean, yeah. My sister, her guy is a tattoo artist. He runs his own shop in Bullhead City, Arizona, and he's constantly booked because he's fucking amazing. It's ridiculous. Belton Tattoo, if you're in that area.
Where's that located again?
Bullhead City. It's over by that's like an hour and a half or hour or so away from Vegas.
Gotcha.
Right in between Tinbuck and 2.
Yeah, exactly.
In the middle of fucking nowhere.
It's a little town that's
It's in
set
the
on
desert.
Colorado River. It's an okay little town if you're in the right spot.
Man, I want to go out west so bad.
Yeah, the way
So
he
nice.
talks about being out in Arizona, it's just like,
I know.
okay.
I haven't been west of
I'll pack my
Illinois.
bags. Hold
So
on.
good. You guys got to go out there.
Yeah. You have the hookup though for like free stay.
I mean, yeah, my parents got a sweet setup out there.
Badass.
He says yes, and then he's in Arizona, and you call him. It's a and a haw.
I'm too busy floating down the river on a
Right,
pontoon
sorry,
boat.
this just isn't a good time.
Sorry, I'm on my parents' houseboat. Should have came with me, fuck.
Dick, I tried.
I scheduled this 6 months ago. I didn't tell you, but I scheduled it.
Wrote it
Yeah.
in your diary. You didn't read my notes.
Cool.
So-
Man. Well, if I ever get a tattoo, I think the takeaway is don't do it myself.
No, I honestly, I did do it. I have my whole sleeve that I did myself.
Well, I'm not an artist by any stretch. of
no,
the
neither am
imagination.
I.
Yeah, but you look like a fucking doodle bear now.
That's what I like about it. Though.
Yes,
that's
it's
what I'm
fitting,
saying.
though.
I
It's
knew
so
what I
fitting for
wanted.
Chevy.
Mm.
I knew what I wanted, and that's what I want. I'm still gonna fill it up, and I wanted that. It looks like I wrote on myself with a bunch of Sharpies, and that's
Mhm.
fucking perfect.
Anybody
for me.
else saying that would be like cringy, but Chevy, it's perfect. It just makes
It
sense.
works for me so much.
It does,
but,
man.
like that's what I wanted,
Yeah.
and since I knew what I wanted, I just went with it.
So
It was great.
if I got what I wanted, I'd get something and then get it taken off immediately, and that would be like the scar of the removal would be my tattoo.
I was going to say, real quick, I just got to do a little shout out to
No worries.
a guy that has done amazing job tattooing and stuff. His name's Preston Evans. He's from Expressions Body Art here in Lansing.
Shut up.
Awesome job.
Shut
Awesome
up.
job.
Feel free to feel free to sponsor us. By the way,
Yes, for sure, for sure.
these are paid shout outs. So we'll take a minimum $1,000 donation.
Also, Ink Therapy here in Lansing
I've heard of that.
is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
They are simply amazing.
So are there? I don't want to go too much on this, but are there places where there's artists that you would stay away from? Like when you talk about a place, right? Is every artist in that establishment great, or is there some where you're like,
No, there's
no.
there's always your hit and miss. That's
Okay.
why you have to look at their art, and that's a very important thing. If you go to a tattoo shop and you see somebody's kind of like lower grade, if you want,
how do you know it's lower grade though?
Look at you. I mean, you
Look
can
at
look
their
at
work.
looking at you
So
can
they
look
have
at a
books that you can flip through
Yep,
or something.
yep.
or they have it displayed. It's like if they're doing happy faces and like maybe like a jinkety like Mario looking skull. If that's what you want, go for it. If you want a huge fucking outline on your arm of
Yours isn't Jake, that was badass.
no, yeah, I love that. But if you have like a whole mural that you want to do on your arm, you want color everything. Look at their work. If they can't do what you want them to, don't blame them.
Right.
And don't
Some
ask
people
them.
want the simple shit. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Shouldn't you also ask them, like, hey, so what on this wall is yours?
Well, usually they have
have
their own
books.
places and their own books.
Yeah.
Like at Belton Tattoo, they have their own little setup where they tattoo. Then their art is kind of displayed around there. Other tattoo shops, they have books, or they have their own wall. They have their own, bed where you lay, or sit.
Have their own
whatever.
bed where the magic happens.
Right.
Happy ending after the tattoo. We should start that.
If you're looking for like the first time ever getting a tattoo, I would definitely ask your friends and whatnot that have tattoos, who's heavy-handed and who's not heavy-handed. Because if you go to someone who's not heavy-handed, which means they don't push as hard, so it doesn't hurt as bad.
Okay.
So if you have someone who's very heavy-handed the first time that you do it, you're not going to want another tattoo. Plain and simple, you're not going to want
Because it
another
hurts
one.
like a bitch.
Because
or
it
what?
hurts like a bitch. And it's probably gonna bump up on you too. It's gonna get raised and everything else too. But if someone who's a lot like softer handed, then you're gonna want like, oh wow, that was nothing. Like this is amazing. Let's do some more.
Does it fade more if what's the opposite of heavy handed?
It's all the same. It's just how people push on the skin.
Okay.
Because skin is a lot different than obviously paper or anything else. Push it. Push a little harder. Push it.
So these tattoos right here that you have of the Mario stars and the mushroom, that's like right on your bone.
Yeah. It actually wasn't as bad as you would think, because when you turn your hand and you flip it upside down, so it's like behind you,
Gets fleshier.
it's fleshier than anything else.
Okay.
I have a L on the palm of my hand, and
I see that.
that is one of the most painful tattoos I ever got.
Oh my god.
I have to say that I saw a guy with a star on his hand, in the palm of his hand, saying that he was from Lansing. That was his tattoo.
how does a star?
Because it's the capital?
Because it's the capital.
Yeah, dummy.
God.
See?
Don't you live here?
I did-
Don't you fucking live here?
Yeah, but I get that. But how did there's no star? Like LCC has stars.
Sure.
That's
Well, I think the capital of every state, like on a map, has a star.
yeah. So I'm from fucking Omaha, Nebraska. So I got a star on my hand.
You got to get a star on your like
idiot.
First of all,
You gotta get a star.
Omaha, Nebraska. I'm pretty sure
First
it's
of all-
not the capital of
Even
Nebraska.
if it's
That
not,
means you have to get a star on your taint. So
Right.
my
because
God.
that's the same shape.
because
right?
I'm from Lansing.
Is it the Walmart symbol?
It's the butthole.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a tattoo of a
All right.
rusty car because I'm from Michigan.
What's our time?
Let's get past tattoos.
All right, so I'm on my next.
That was a good topic, though.
Yeah, it was
that was a
good.
good one.
And
I have
I forgot to
recommendations.
say.
Wait,
Yeah.
So
Matt's
you-
making hand signals. We need to listen. 5-0. Cops are coming, guys.
5-0. 5-0.
Okay.
1 hour in.
Okay.
So I have recommendations for my piece of paper. So that means you guys give me recommendations, or you ask for
God, are
recommendations.
you guys not
asked for a
savvy with
restaurant.
this yet?
No,
We asked
not
you
at
a
all.
This is our
recommendation.
second time.
So what do you think I'm an expert in?
Hold on.
Because good luck with that one.
Last time it was liquor.
It's
so,
definitely not podcasting.
Not bad, good.
Skip over that one.
I'd say restaurant in Lansing.
I'm gonna go so cliche.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
What's your recommendation for making friends and influencing people?
Yay!
It always starts off gay, but it gets epic.
I was talking about the eye
we all know-
contact. The way his eyebrows rised up at friends.
In all fairness, I kind of asked for it.
friends.
I mean, it's a good book. You know,
Okay.
I've even talked to you about it.
I've not
So-
read that book.
But
I've
you
listened to it. Does that count?
Audiobook?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's tough always, right? Like you find people in your circle that you want to associate with, and then you find a reason not to like them. Like they lie and you catch them in a lie. Like even my closest friends, and I'll talk to my other closest friends, and all of a sudden it's like, did they lie about that? It's like, fuck, man. So I think at some point we all judge each other, and we all kind of like,
We all do.
talk each other up,
Absolutely.
right? Even like we all kind of talk shit about each other behind each other's back, and it sucks to admit,
See.
but I kind of notice that as I get older, like, and maybe it's not a bad thing, but we're always talking, you know. And
I feel-
we're always judging.
My personal opinion is, if you're going to say something behind somebody's back and you're friends with them, it's nothing that you wouldn't say to their face.
Exactly.
At least
Fair.
it shouldn't.
Hold on. There
it should be.
is like I will talk shit about you guys behind your back, but I'll say it to your face.
That's the difference.
But yeah, exactly. And at the same time, like say we have a quarrel about something. Like you weren't here. We were giving you shit on
Right,
the podcast.
Right.
But we knew you would hear it.
And I laughed about it.
Exactly. But okay.
And we still give you shit.
Exactly.
And I still laugh.
Like it's if you see the person in a negative or a positive time, in your relationship. Like say one of us was actually mad at Steve type deal. It might have came off a little bit too negative.
True.
It's a good point.
So it has to be in the right mindset, you know.
Ebb and flow. I think knowing somebody for years helps, you know.
Right.
Absolutely. If specifically the question is making new friends, it's tough, man. Because, like, I don't know, it's so hard to get to know people. And, like, we all grew up together. And so we.
Excluding you and me.
Yeah, fuck you, Matt. But you feel
Feeling
like.
comfortable.
I've been watching you for a while.
But honestly, Matt, I feel like we grew up together. You know,
I agree,
It's so
you
easy
know,
to
same thing.
Yeah. So there's certain people you surround yourself with that are just easy to talk to and that are not judgmental. And I don't know. I think it's just not being. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
You know, just be.
Quite honestly,
and like
yeah.
like some people are gonna have opposing opinions. You know, like the four of us, I think differently about the current presidency or whatever. Name your topic, right? But if you can talk about it and then walk away, just like last podcast, we had, if you guys remember, we got done, we went down in the garage and we kind of got into it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We all walked away as best friends.
Well,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
we didn't walk away. Cameron and Matt took a knee. We walked away.
You're right. There was a topic. There was a topic we were talking about. We're even on the air. We disagreed with each other, but we
Right.
still kept explaining. We explained our
talked
sides
about
and we
it.
listened to each other.
Right.
And then we even kept talking about it on the break.
Right.
Talking, though.
And then-
That's
and then-
the thing. We weren't
yeah.
arguing. We were talking. About
Right, and I
Yeah.
guess after that, the whole
No,
point
you're wrong,
is-
Matt.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm just kidding.
The whole point is that at the end of it, we went, you know what? Okay, you're not going to understand my opinion. I'm not going to understand
But we
yours.
could
Whatever.
respect it.
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're not like, oh, I hate that guy.
Well, I do, but
Well, I do. But that's the point,
can't
you know.
fucking stand you.
So I think making friends is just finding common ground with people you don't know. And you run into people randomly, right? Like, I'm sure you made friends since you started working at the new place.
I just made random friends today, just outside smoking a cigarette.
Right.
There's John and Jacob. They were from Sudan, and they were some of the
Jingleheimer
Loud
Schmidt.
Boys. Apparently, the Loud Boys was some group. There was a group of refugees. They came to Lansing from Sudan.
Well,
And apparently a lot of them got into some kind of trouble or something when they first got here, and so they caught the name Loud Boys for some reason.
okay.
A couple of homeless guys, but they didn't ask me for a cigarette. He literally was just talking to me like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" Like, literally, I even tried to offer him a cigarette. He pulled out his own pack of cigarettes. He didn't want any money. Like he was literally just talking, trying to be nice. Man,
Yeah,
talking with them.
I think
Nice.
humans live for that connection. You know, like
Absolutely,
when
yeah.
you're
For sure.
isolation is the worst thing you can do to a person. That's why people in jail go ape shit. 'Cause
Mhm.
it's like you just need that connection, even if it's an argumentative connection, or I disagree with you, or I don't respect your opinion.
I guess no matter where you are, you have a community. I mean, if you're homeless, you still have the homeless community. You still have people that talk to you. If you're gay, you still have the gay community, that people that talk to you, that understand what you're going through. I mean, it's just...
What about the
just
raped
having that.
community?
They have a community too, I'm sure. On Facebook. Hashtag me too.
Reddit has kind of brought out the worst in me a little bit too, because
Yeah.
I'm new to Reddit, by the way, and I don't know if all of our listener out there know what Reddit is, but it's
great. It's
basi-
absolutely great.
It's
What is
basically
it?
an online forum.
What's
Thank
Reddit?
you, Cameron, for the leading question. It's an online forum where every topic can be covered, and every page has a location. So if you're into water bottles, there's a fucking subreddit for it.
But also, it's the height of
Slash
the
on.
other internet too. If you're just like, even if you're just bored, you can go on Reddit and be on there for fucking hours.
Definitely. But my God, I've gotten into some fucking serious arguments over there.
There was this guy on the internet, and he told me I was wrong.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm
What?
pissed. Yeah. So I think friendships are different in that you can look at each other, you know, in the face, disagree, and walk
For
away
sure.
still friends.
For
I
sure.
mean, Matt, we haven't known each other that long,
Mhm.
but me and Steve and Cam have known each other long, and we didn't always like each other. We've known each other that long.
Definitely
You
true.
know?
Yeah, for sure.
And
We've
like-
had our tips.
Yeah, we have had our.
Well,
tips,
boy, I'm
but-
feeling singled out. I liked you guys the whole time.
no, you didn't.
You didn't.
No, you didn't.
I hate Cameron. I don't know what you guys
I keep saying, we need to move this stuff out of Cameron's house.
As you get older, though, it's cliche as fuck, but as you get older, you kind of give a shit less
It's
what
true.
other people think, you know?
Like
And I think it's a good thing.
it is, because I agree 100% with Martha Stewart, because
Go on.
Continue.
It's
I
a
want to
good
hear
thing.
this.
Waiting
No.
for this the opinion from.
It's a
Martha
good thing.
Stewart.
Martha Stewart.
What's a good thing?
That's Martha Stewart saying it's a
Oh.
good thing.
It's a good thing
It's a
to
good thing.
create Ponzi schemes and steal money in the stock market.
Hang out with Snoop Dogg.
Can you
so it's
believe?
okay.
Can you believe Martha Stewart went to prison for a year? What the fuck?
Well, I bet she was playing tennis the whole time.
I like the
I'm
picture of
sure.
her and Snoop Dogg. One of these people is a felon.
Dude, Snoop was a felon too, though. Isn't that like?
Was he?
I mean, he had gun.
Are you
charges.
judging him?
No,
How
I'm pretty
dare
sure.
you.
he
I
was
don't think he's a felon.
How dare you?
Pretty sure he was.
I don't
and that
think
was
he
just
is.
a meme.
You might just have
The internet would
misdemeanors.
not lie.
Maybe.
You can't lie on the internet.
If there is a picture with words on it, it's fucking true.
Says Abraham Lincoln.
Right. That's why he's my favorite president, next to Harriet Tubman.
All right,
And,
we
and
gotta
with
cut
that,
this off.
guys, thank you so much for listening. Really
Yes, we
appreciate you.
it.
Don't be a dick, guys.
Well, I'm gonna sign out here. This is Chevy Shovelin, and we'll see you guys next time. You guys.
Just gave up on it.